Morning, Mr. Brown.
May proceed.
Are you the father of Bobbi Kristina Brown?
Yes, sir.
Tell me where you currently reside.
I reside in Woodland Hills, California.
And we all kind of have a good idea what your career has been. What are you doing now?
Same thing I've always done. I'm an entertainer. I travel.
You need to pull the microphone down.
I act. I perform live. I write music. I'm a producer. I'm currently producing my son's and my new album.
You have new music coming out?
Yes.
And I understand that you're currently remarried. What's your wife's name?
My wife's name is LaPrincia Brown.
Is she here in the courtroom today?
Yes, she is.
And I understand you all have 3 children together. Is that correct?
Yes.
What ages?
7, 13 months, no, 16 months, and 3 months.
Mr. Brown, now, who is Bobbi Kristina's mother?
Bobbi Kristina's mother was Whitney Houston.
And how long were y'all married?
We were married 14 years.
When did she pass away? When did she pass away, Whitney?
2 years before my daughter.
Does February 2012 sound right?
Yes.
How long were y'all married?
We were married 14 years.
Can you tell the court how she passed away?
In a similar situation, similar to my daughter's death, she was found face down in a bathtub also.
And how did that impact your daughter, Bobbi Kristina?
Terribly.
Also impact your relationship at that point with Bobbi Kristina?
Yes, definitely.
And we're going to get into that in a little bit more detail. You understand today I'm going to have to ask you some difficult questions about your daughter and her death.
Yes.
Right. You also understand that in Georgia, determining the value of someone's life is done in the form of monetary damages. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Now, let me just first ask you this. Is any amount of money enough to compensate you for the
No.
loss of your daughter?
This is not about money.
All right, so it's not about money.
No.
So what motivated you to file this lawsuit against Nick Gordon?
I want to see Nick Gordon prosecuted for my daughter's death. And then if we have to start here, then
Have you talked to the DA about prosecuting?
I have
Yep.
talked to the DA about prosecuting. I guess he's moving a little too slow for me. So this is the one way that I know that that'll give me some closure as far as knowing that he's responsible for my daughter's death is a big part of my healing.
So let's talk about why we're all here today, Bobbi Kristina. Where was she born?
She was born in New Jersey.
Were you there for her birth?
Yes, I was.
Who else was there?
Just me, her mother, and her grandmother.
Tell me what you can remember most from that day.
I can remember, holding my ex-wife's hand, or Whitney's hand, and just chanting out bigger than big, stronger than strong, bigger than big, stronger than strong, because, of the fact that the little girl was coming in this world, and Whitney was she was just a champ about it. I mean, she brought her in this world really strong, and just remembering those words, bigger than big, stronger than strong.
What's the significance of that phrase to you as it relates to Bobbi Kristina?
That's what she was. That's what Bobbi Kristina was. She was bigger than big and stronger than strong. Everything she did, when she smiled, when anything she wanted to do, she was gonna do it in a big way, and in a strong way. And that's what I remember most about my baby.
Was her birth a welcome event in your household?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
That was the big event. That was it.
and y'all had had a miscarriage prior to that, is that
Yes,
accurate?
yes, we did.
All right, so part of what we're here to determine today is the non-economic value of Bobbi Kristina's life. So I want to ask you a little bit about who she was and what she was all about. Just tell me what made her enjoy life.
Her siblings, her, you know, her joy for music, acting, and entertaining. She was just super talented, and I mean, she had her mother's voice and unfortunately my legs, but she was she was ready for the world. Trust me.
What do you mean, unfortunately, your legs?
Yeah, I consider myself a good dancer, but she was a better dancer. She was just great in all facets of the world, you know, in everything she wanted, she was able to get, you know, just by her talents and just by her ability to fight for it. Bigger than big, stronger than strong.
She also liked to sing.
Oh, she loved to sing. She loved to sing.
I'm going to show you a video. If I may, I'm going to turn it this way because you can't get it up on the monitor.
How old was
She looks about 17, 18 at that point.
You sent this video to me. Tell me about that video. What it means.
That video she sent to me, I don't know, she was driving and singing one of the songs that has made my career. It was the first #1 hit we recorded, New Edition, Candy Girl. And she sent it to me just out of the blue.
Did she do that routinely, send you videos of her singing,
Yes.
performing?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about, y'all were on a reality show for a little bit. Was
Being
Bobbi
Bobbi
Kristina
Brown.
part of that?
Being Bobbi Brown, yes.
Okay. Tell me about her involvement in that. Did she enjoy being part of the show?
She loved being a part of the show because me and her were so goofy together. You know, just our interaction and the things that were going on in my life, my recovery. She played a big part of that. And just, you know, her growing up and being able to be on TV and go to school and people and her peers seeing her on TV, she enjoyed that. She loved it. She loved the spotlight. You know, she loved, you know, being in the forefront of her classmates. You know, she loved being known as, you know, the daughter of, you know, Whitney Houston and Bobbi Brown.
So she didn't shy away from the camera.
No,
I take.
she wasn't shy at all.
I understand she did some work with Tyler Perry, the actor, director,
Yes.
producer. What did she do with him?
She was on one of his television shows. She played a small role on one of his shows.
Did she have aspirations to continue in that line of work?
Yes, definitely.
Did she have a close relationship with her siblings?
Very close. I mean, her and her sister had a group one time at one point called Sistars, and they would write songs. Well, they would act like they wrote songs, but they were, definitely good at what they was doing. Singing and dancing. They would put on plays for us. Every anniversary, they would do a play, and but I made sure my kids all grew up together. That was important for me.
How often did they see each other?
They saw each other quite often on all school breaks, because two of my children lived in Boston, and we lived in Jersey. So any break that they had with school, they came to stay with me. My oldest son, Landon, lived with us also. So that was comforting for her, and just keeping them close together.
How has her death impacted your other children?
Terribly. They missed their sister. And I have 3 younger children, so, that haven't gotten a chance to spend any time with her because of this. They go through it also.
Did you know Nick Gordon?
No.
When did you first realize he was spending time with Bobbi Kristina?
I originally heard through the grapevine, that just like everybody else found out from TV and tabloids, that he was now her brother, adopted by Whitney, which wasn't true. So that's the first time I heard of him.
You didn't know him? Did you know he was at the house when you talked to your daughter?
Yes.
Did he ever say anything threatening toward you?
At one point, I was called out here to Atlanta by the Houston family, and they stated that I need to get here and check on my daughter. And once I got here, I called her, and I was, we was trying to make plans to see each other, and it was getting difficult because I had came out here for that, and so me and her were on the phone talking, and I could hear him in the background. I kept telling my daughter that I'm going to come pick her up. I'm going to come get you. And he was in the background stating, I stay strapped over here, meaning, I keep guns. And I didn't really, I didn't want to make a scene or do anything that would jeopardize my freedom. So I just held back, and I wasn't able to see my daughter at that time.
Was Nick with Bobbi Kristina most of the time after Whitney's death?
Yes, all the time.
And how many times did you see your daughter after Whitney's death?
Unfortunately, twice.
Was that one time at the funeral?
I didn't see my daughter at the funeral.
And was
I
Nick
wasn't
with her at
allowed
the funeral?
to. Yes.
Did you at some point see things getting better with her?
Yes, definitely.
When did that start?
That started maybe 3 months before she passed, before the incident happened. We've started talking a lot more on the phone and video chat talking, and her sending me, different videos of her singing like that, the one that you just showed. Her letting me know that she wanted to come out to Los Angeles to stay with me for a while and be with her siblings, her younger siblings.
Was this trip inclusive of Nick, or was this just her?
No, I wouldn't allow that. And she didn't want that, She let me know personally that she was, in transition of not being with Nick, and she wanted to spend more time with me.
What were her plans when she came out to Los Angeles to visit?
What were her plans? Her plans were to get in the studio. She had a song that she wanted me to produce on her, which was a Sly Stone song that I used to sing to her mom. And she sung it to me over the phone, and I had already started, with the production of it. But she was so ready to, just get in the studio and do her album. She was so ready. And 2 days, it was 2 days before she was going to be on a plane to come to me, to come out to California with me. And this whole thing happened. And I just wish I would have just came out here 2 days before and picked her up,
When did you first find out that she had been found unconscious?
Immediately. My sister-in-law called my wife, and my wife, I was, asleep on the couch at my home, and my wife came and told me.
What did you do?
What did I do? I snapped. I don't know how to explain that, but I lost my mind. And the first thing I thought was to just get to my daughter.
And were you able to see her that day that you arrived here in Atlanta?
As soon as I got here, I was straight to the hospital.
When did you first suspect that Nick might be responsible?
The moment I heard about it. For my daughter to be found face down in a tub when she's deathly afraid of tubs because of what happened to her mother, I knew he had something to do with it.
When did Bedelia Hargrove first become involved in the case?
I met Bedelia through the Houston family at first. And
What was her role as you understood it?
she was a lawyer that was going to be working the case against Nick Gordon.
Was she also there to kind of be the protector of Christie and make sure everything was
Yes.
taken care of? Was it your choice to have her in that role?
It became my choice to have her a part of the role because she cared so much.
Was she present?
She felt what I felt, and I'm really grateful for her.
Was she present at the hospital frequently?
She was present at the hospital constantly. I would say more than 50 times. I don't know how you say just 50 times.
Describe for me what Bobbi Kristina looked like when you first saw her after she was found.
Just was still my baby, but at the same time, I could see that she had been through a lot. She had been through a lot, and to see my baby with her teeth missing and and tubes in her body, and her not being able to, laugh or say anything to me and tell me what happened was probably the most difficult part of the whole thing.
Did Chrissy ever improve while she was in the hospital?
Well, for me, yes. To me, she was making a lot of progress because of her siblings being there and me being there on a constant basis. We saw improvement with the therapy they was, doing with her. We saw a lot of improvements. She started coming down off medications, and she started therapy as far as movements and things like that.
What did she move? What did she move?
I mean, they would help her move, to exercise and things like that. I would see her, following me with her eyes, while I was in the room. Just the little things. Anything little to me was improvement. Her being awake, her, paying attention to us, my oldest son would always do her nails and things like that while she was in bed, and she would squeeze his hands, and so she was doing little things that gave us hope, and
There's a video that we're not going to show. We're only going to show to the judge, but it shows her moving her tongue to lick something sweet off of her lips. Did you witness that?
Doing little things, yeah.
Okay. Did she cry?
Yes.
And
She was a fighter. She was definitely fighting to live. I mean, that's what she was. She was a fighter. She was bigger than big, stronger than strong, and she had so much to live for. She wanted to do so much in life that it just got taken away from her.
did it appear that she recognized you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Did you ever give up hope that she
No.
was going to recover?
No, I didn't. No.
Understand you all had her transferred up to Chicago.
Chicago.
What was the reason
I
for
wanted
that?
to try any and everything to live.
You recognize these photos?
Yes, I did.
Tell me about that first one.
This first one is a photo of her. Her and her sister used to play dress up a lot. Her sister LaPrincia, and she was always a character. She always thought that it was just fun to play, act like someone else.
Hold it up. All right. Tell me about the next photograph.
This one is when she was a baby girl. We were on tour, and she stayed with me for the most part because the mother would always be on stage, and she stayed with me as much as possible. That was Daddy's girl.
How about the next photograph?
Next photograph, this one is last time I seen it. It was Father's Day.
2014?
Yeah.
And you hadn't seen her
I hadn't seen her since her
years?
couple of years, after her mom had passed.
How
So that
about,
was the first time I had seen her since that.
and the next one, is that from the same?
That's, yeah, it's from the same day. Yeah, same day. We were at the Palms restaurant in Buckhead.
How about the next photograph?
Oh, this is us in Los Angeles before her mom passed. I would go and pick her up and you know, we would go out shopping, do different things. That was just one of the times.
How about the last one? Who's she with there in that photograph?
She's here with my mom and my niece, my sister's daughter.
How old was she there, do you think?
She had to be all of 16, 17, 16.
Kind of touched on this a little bit already, but is it your belief that she was going to go into some type of performance-related career?
Definitely.
You believe that
She was an entertainer. I mean, if you were around her, all you would do was laugh. She told a lot of jokes. She was always the life of the party. You know, not a party, but you know, she was the life of, you know, anywhere she went, anybody she was around. Definitely enjoyed her company.
Was she taking steps to advance that career?
Yes, definitely.
You believe that she had the talent to be successful?
I know she had the talent to be successful.
Last question. Do you believe that Nick Gordon is responsible for Bobbi Kristina's death?
Yes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I would like to show that video